The Colorado Classic concludes with a 14.6-kilometre lap around the city of Denver today. Live coverage of the final stage is on Eurosport 1 from 8 p.m. And next weekend, the final Grand Tour of 2018 kicks off with an 8K individual time trial as the 73rd edition of the Vuelta a España departs from Malaga. Our extensive live coverage of the event starts on Saturday evening from 5 p.m. on Eurosport 1. We're almost done here at Cadwell Park. Just one more race to show you. Here's what happened earlier on in the Pirelli National Super Stock Thousands.
Keith Farmer leads the championship by those 14 points from Joe Collier. The third place for the early championship leader, Billy McConnell, just a point adrift of the Aprilia. Josh Elliott, the race winner for OMG Suzuki, their first victory at Thruxton, is just 2 points ahead of Lee Jackson in fifth. Alex Olsen, who's been on form, is in sixth place. Andy Reid, sadly absent through injury, as absent, so too Alistair Seeley. Chrissy Rouse, of course, and Michael Rutter also not now participating in this championship. So a chance for 11th place, Tom Neve. No, there isn't, because he's riding in Superbike. Leon Cheacock then in 12th place on 35.5 points out of Sam Clark, Jordan Gilbert and Luke Hedger, who has also moved onto a Superbike. Starting grid headed by Keith Farmer and Tyco BMW from Billy McConnell on the build-based Suzuki. Lee Bob Jackson, Python Lee Jackson as he would like to be known, riding for FS3 Kawasaki, very confident, the local man. Josh Elliott, the Ulsterman, is in fourth place out of Alex Olsen and Joe Collier. Tom Ward for the Movono.com team is on his Suzuki in seventh ahead of Matt Trulove and Ben Godfrey, and then Leon Cheacock, George Stanley, and our Italian guests for Stav Connect Academy, Claudio Corti, former MotoGP rider, in 12th place. He very, very keen was Claudio to come and race here at Cadwell Park and see what it's like. He has the pleasure at the moment of racing the Italian CIB Superbike Championship, and that is on much, much bigger circuits than this. Josh Elliott there in black and bright yellow, number 10, the winner at Thruxton. Very different surroundings here at Cadwell Park. Danny Buchan, the lap record holder from back in 2014. Can anybody do anything about that? Billy McConnell gets a terrific start. Farmer tries to nudge alongside him and get inside him, but can't do. And look at the super confident Superbike lap record round here on that beautiful FS3 Kawasaki as Lee Jackson bobs through into second place ahead of Keith Farmer off pole. Josh Elliott's also in there. Alex Olsen has got a great start from the middle of the second row. Yeah, nobody thought that. Front row just moved off as a one, and they all got a really good start. Here comes Elliott straight away, cutting inside Keith Farmer. So two former National Superstock champions then, running in third and fourth places. But Elliott, who is looking very confident on that Suzuki, look at him, cutting tight out of Chris Kerr, trying to get inside Lee Jackson. Jackson in that distinctive orange helmet, then running in second place. Billy McConnell trying to revive his fortunes. McConnell was victorious at the Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit, but only got a fourth place at Thruxton. He had a couple of DNFs as well before that, so that damaged his championship charge. 15 points off the race leader. He needs a race win, and the Australian looking strong. Up over the mountain and the charge into Hall Bends. This all happens so quickly on screen, it's hard to appreciate just how fast they're moving and the distances that they're actually gathering together. Look at this, the front four have broken clear slightly of Joe Collier on the EHA Racing Aprilia. Yeah, and when you look at the practice times, that was always going to happen. There was exactly these four that look like they can do almost the same times. Then there's some big gaps in lap times going back from there. You're right, actually. I've just noticed Collier was half a second adrift, wasn't he? So already he's feeling. And the other man who was quick, actually, was Alex Olsen, number 75. And at the moment, he's behind Collier in sixth place. Claudio Corti has leapt up to seventh place on the Stav Connect Academy bike, ahead of Tom Ward and Matt Trulove. Yeah, Paul jostling for position before they get to the braking. That's, you know, not so long ago that was a straight, but now on these things, 200 brake horsepower, it's not a straight. You've got not a lot of rest around this place at all. And again, Elliott's able to hold a really tight line with that Suzuki. He looks confident on that, doesn't he? Joe Collier has Alex Olsen pressing him now as we've Keith Farmer books Jackson weaves his way downhill into Mansfield and somehow makes that pass stick on Elliott.
He had a little bit of a look on the outside last lap, and that obviously didn't work. But up the inside did. It was a little bit of a block pass, I have to say, but that's what it's like around Cadwell. You can't rip. He's trying hard. He changed direction there so quick at the bottom of the mountain that the thing leapt in the air. The front end recovered, the suspension recovered and pushed the front end up.
That's superb. That swing through hole then. You look at Jackson inches behind McConnell.
Jackson's keen on having a go here because he was having a little look into the hairpin, and that normally, even overtaking a back marker that's gone 4 seconds and 3 seconds lap slower than you, is a little bit of a challenge there. And he had a good old look at Billy McConnell into the hairpin. It's possible.
Lee Jackson then, the 22-year-old plumber from Lincoln, very much a local boy. As I said, he holds the British Superbike lap record round here on a BMW from last year.
Is he a plumber or a heating engineer?
Okay, shall we call him a heating engineer? I like the word plumber better. Well, and here comes Farmer looking underneath, but not quite able to make the move. And of course, we've already got an unusually aggressive Lee Jackson looking for a way through here on Billy McConnell and that blue Suzuki.
Yeah, the irony is he's the least aggressive man in the paddock and possibly the whole world.
He was brimful of confidence when I spoke to him yesterday. James really felt strong here. He knows that he's got what it takes to win round Cadwell, and he wants to do that.
Tell you what, they're all different at different parts of the track. They're all fast in different parts of the track. And if you look down at Mansfield, how fast Keith Farmer is, he is quick down into there.
Yeah. When Lee Jackson running in second place there as Farmer gets airtime over the mountaintop. Number 14 Jackson first won here in British Superbike status meeting when he became Stock 600 champion in 2012.
Yeah, Farmer definitely the danger man in this group. Absolutely.
McConnell's looking comfortable at the front, isn't he? He's looking very relaxed on there as they cross the line now. It's Keith Farmer who set the fastest lap so far, 1:29.236. That remains the case. They're all just on that 1:29.3 at the moment. And as they go out of sight there, it doesn't look it from that camera angle, but it's quite a tight, long, tight right-hander onto the back straight through Charlie's 2.
Yeah, there's quite a lot going on, Charlie. Keeps having a look, just leave on. The problem is you've actually got to get yourself almost level to have a clean passing opportunity into park. It's not even, it is by far the best opportunity to pass around here, but it's not, even that's not easy.
This is a great scrap.
Watch him down here. Watch your third place man down here. Not so impressive that lap, but he has been so impressive down there. That's where he's going to make a move, I reckon. Mind you, anywhere else will do for him, he's not bothered.
So Suzuki, Kawasaki, BMW, Suzuki at the front four, and then Alex Olsen has broken clear of Joe Collier. So Olsen has moved into 5th place, and you can see him running ahead of Collier's Aprilia in the background there. And then Moti, True Love and Ward holding station 7th, 8th and 9th. If going around here can be called holding station, I don't think again, it's such an energetic business.
Yeah, it is. Physically, it's hard work, especially on these things.
On the 4th of 12 laps, already approaching 1/3 race distance here as these Australian leads, Lincolnshireman leads to Ulsterman as they howl across the start and finish line. So on to lap 5. Billy McConnell has been in the lead pretty much since that electrifying start. Lee Jackson constantly trying to get himself just in a position to nudge past. McConnell knows that it's always going to come as he comes down the park straight. Lee Jackson again not able to get late enough on the brakes.
Yeah, one of the problems you've got is you've got to drop it round to the right to try and get round the rider in front like Lee Jackson was just having a look at. But the problem with that is you're actually a little bit lent over to the left because of the curve in the straight. And because of that, you can't put your brakes on as hard. You've got to be almost straight up and down to brake with any efficiency.
Dropping down the steep hill to Mansfield. And that sharp 60-mile-an-hour second gear left-hander.
Quite sophisticated, these Stock 1000 bikes now. In a lot of ways, the standard equipment is more sophisticated than the controlled electronics on the superbikes we've got at BSB now. So all these bikes you're looking at runs, as a street bike will run ABS, but I think most riders will elect to disable that because it's quite disconcerting when you're braking out of the front wheel, the back wheel comes in there and that mucks the system about. It doesn't know when to send you straight on or take the front brake off. So most people disable the ABS, but some will be running some form of traction control because all these things come standard with traction control system. They also run autolifters, so you don't have to use a clutch once you've set off. You just bang the lever and the engine and electronics do the rest.
5 laps complete onto the half-distance lap then, and just a little bit of air showing. Mind you, I've said this before about Keith Farmer. Look, he's slightly losing contact, and then moments later he's right on the back wheel of the man you thought he'd lost.
It's funny, you look at Keith, he's still a little bit mad.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, you know, matured into a 30-year-old dad. Yeah, he's still a bit mad. Billy McConnell from Adelaide, then Skippy, as he's known to his family, former jet ski champion, is looking really strong on the completely seemingly able to ride at the front and know that if he holds his lines, it's going to do the job for him.
yeah, well, you haven't got a lot of choice, you know. There's no way in Cadwell you never let anybody pass to have a look at what they're doing, because chances are you're not going to get a clean opportunity to get back past them unless you're so much quicker, which in this case isn't the case. So all they can do is just hope that nobody can get past him.
He set the fastest lap of the race, the first sub-29, 128.967 on the last lap.
Yeah,
129, so it was like about 400ths of a second quicker than Jackson.
No, thousands, I think. No, hundreds, you're right, yeah. But no, there's nothing, there's absolutely nothing in it.
And look at McConnell, absolutely ripping rubber as he comes round Barn Corner. So Billy McConnell leads across the line then. That's 6 laps complete, half race distance. McConnell, Jackson, Farmer, Elliott. Any one of them can win this. Ripping onto the Park Straight. Billy McConnell leads the way for Build-Based Suzuki. F&S Racing Kawasaki in second. Lee Jackson, Keith Farmer, Tyco BMW in third.
It just looks to me like Billy McConnell's got a little bit of an advantage around the woodland part of this. The slow, the whole bends and barn onto the start finish, and then Lee Jackson's definitely quicker around the top half, the faster, more flowing part of this circuit.
And Lee Jackson's, he just somehow didn't get Park 2 right after making that big effort on McConnell, is it? One of the things about going through Hall Bend, I was just aware of on the last lap, James, is that some of the wonderful counter-steering it involves when the front wheel is almost up in the air and it's pointing it completely in the wrong direction for a split second as they flick from one side to the other.
Yeah, lots going on there. You're counter-steering, you're also putting weight through the footrest on the bike turn from one side to the other. You're going into your right, over a crest, then flick to the left, right again, and then left again before you get to the hairpin.
McConnell sliding and slithering into the hairpin. I suppose when when you've got your father and your granddad having been eminent speedway racers, you're not going to mind too much with rubber slithering around behind you. So McConnell then still leads the way. That is 7 laps complete.
I'm not sure he's done it. Oh, there you go. He's been looking at it. He's been quick there. That's where he has been quick.
Oh, McConnell's going to try and respond straight away. He's got on the inside line. Oh, the aggressive Billy McConnell straight back under Lee Jackson after Jackson pulled that surprise move at Charlie's. Jackson's going the other way this time, but having to momentarily defend against Keith Farmer in third.
Yeah, problem was Jackson had to go in a little bit offline. That pushed him a little bit wide between Charlie's 1 and Charlie's 2, and that allowed Billy to just get up the inside of him again. The man benefited there almost was Keith Farmer in third, because he will not need asking twice.
This is great. McConnell, Jackson, Farmer and Elliott all in the mix here, and as I said earlier, this could go any which way.
Yeah, the thing is, because it's difficult to pass, here we are, this is turn 1, up copies, Jackson goes under, then he runs a little bit wide, and Billy just cuts it tight and gets some of this, and then he didn't do much wrong there, didn't Bob Jackson. But you can, because it is difficult to pass here, and you don't know whether an opportunity is going to arise, you've got to take him when they come. You cannot think, oh no, I'll sit behind him for a lap or two, see what he's got. You've got to go when the opportunity arises.
Lee Jackson, that characteristic, the lifting of the outside left leg when he's going through those right-handers as he crosses the line now. That's 2/3 race distance on the lap 9 of 12. Josie Elliott just tipping off the back of these guys slightly.
That was a big mistake from a big moment from Billy, was that. Big one.
So McConnell then this time can't respond, and he's got Keith Farmer for company, the championship leader, right behind him.
Wow, coppice. He lost the rear just as he was changing direction, just as he was going to dip in and force it from left to right. He'd lost the rear, and that nearly ended up in a horrendously big crash. That would have been a big one. Watch, comes down there, loses the rear just as he's trying to make him change the other way, and that would have been an aeroplane crash.
Sweet William.
Honestly.
And then it went again, look, as he tried to settle back in. So now he's suddenly back in third place. Championship leader Keith Farmer is in the box seat, second place, and with his eyes set on Lee Jackson. So Jackson Kawasaki leading the Tyco BMW, and Billy McConnell regrouping there on bike 3.
He has, but if you look at Billy, he's definitely used more of his rear tyre. For some reason, whatever, maybe leading at the front, he's pushed on a little bit harder. You can sometimes, if you sat behind somebody, use a little bit less tyre, just by gauging yourself of them a little bit and letting him do a little bit more of the work without losing time. It just doesn't look like he's got the tyre to do anything about these, because you need a good rear tyre to get yourself in a position where you can get under somebody on the brakes, especially here.
As they storm across the start and finish line, this is the 9th lap, complete three-quarter race distance. Farmer trying to get inside as they go into coppice. And then the huge initial part of Charlie's one. And at the moment, Josh Elliott's the man who's just slightly lost the pace of the front runners. 28.97 again, sub-29 then for Keith Farmer. He's going to look on the brakes here underneath Lee Jackson. Nothing that Jackson could do to defend that, and Keith Farmer has finally pushed his way through to the front at about the right time as well, halfway through lap 10.
Yeah, and I think Keith Farmer benefit from the fact that BM probably just had the legs on the Kawasaki there, plus Keith got a really good...
Oh, he's gone down! Keith Farmer loses it going into the gooseneck, and an expensive bill for Tyco BMW as it goes end over end, and he can't believe it. A 30-year-old from Clogger Bullet can't quite believe that he's done that. He's furious with himself.
Lucky like that, because the bike just nearly flattened him when towards the end of that tippling of the bike.
And did you see Josh Elliott there? We just caught him looking in incredulously over his shoulder, really, to see what was happening.
Front end will go.
A hard fall.
I tell you what, that's an odd one, that, because I'm not sure whether he carried a little bit of brake in there, look. I think he did. You know, he straightened it up. I think he thought he was going a little bit too quick to the left, because he wouldn't have gone down like that. He'd have got into the corner if it had been a normal front end washout. I reckon he was carrying a little bit of brake there. That's yeah. Well, it's an odd place to be doing that.
That really throws a different complexion on things. But Billy McConnell is now in a position, even if he doesn't win this race, to flick himself to the top of the championship. Back to the top of the championship on the Bill-based Suzuki number 3. Looks over his shoulder. Nobody there, William. You can just concentrate on Lee Jackson.
It's not going to be easy, though. No, for Billy. It's such a difficult place to pass. It doesn't look like he's got a massive advantage anywhere. Maybe he's a little bit quicker through the slower section, through the woodland section, hall bends, etc. But he's not going to get past there. That's one of the places that is more difficult to pass. A little bit easier on the more open section.
It was weird how visibly Keith Farmer sat up the Tyco BMW where you wouldn't normally expect him to, in mid-corner almost.
You'd normally set your speed going into that right-hander, then have no brake at all. You'd be off the gas and flick it left, and then open the throttle going through the left. And I think he went in a little bit too quick, thought he was going a bit too quick, tried to straighten the bike, so when the bike's straight up and down, he could just dab a bit of brake off the brake immediately, and then into the left, and then it just went wrong. That's what it looked like to me. Anyway, the outcome was that.
Yeah.
He was lucky not to get collected by it as well. You don't want 180 kilos the Superstock bike landing on you at any point.
So the penultimate lap complete then, as number 14 Lee Jackson skittles across the line into his final lap. Josh Elliott in third place now, fourth for Alex Olsen, fifth place for EHA Racing Aprilia and John Collier, sixth place for Matt Trullo, and then it's Tom Ward versus Claudio Corti as they cross the line. There's Corti on the distinctive green and yellow of the Stout Connect Academy, number 71.
You were looking at that, there we go. You've got to ask yourself how hard and how much risk is Billy going to put into trying winning this one when he's seen what's happened to his, I think, his main championship round, although Jackson is as well.
Well, Jackson's quite a way back on 104 points, Billy on 171.
Yeah.
But Lee Jackson's had 2 third places, last round at Thruxton Drugstone and before that at Snetterton. But this will be the first sniff of a race victory for the FS3 Kawasaki team.
Yeah, but Billy's thinking, you know what, with Keith out, second is better than going upside down in the trees, isn't it?
And Collier, of course, back in 5th place, so he's going to overtake Collier as well in the championship standing.
You want to be there just in case Jackson suffers a bit of pressure and makes a mistake, and then you can pick it up. But I don't think Billy's going to do anything too silly here. Although it's Billy we're talking about.
This is FS. Anyone who's looked into those bright, searing blue eyes knows what you mean. But this is going to be victory at last for FS3 Racing. Great ride by Lee Jackson. The local boy comes good and wins here at Cadwell Park ahead of Billy McConnell. 3rd place for Josh Elliott and OMG Suzuki backing up his win at Thruxton. Another excellent ride by Alex Olsen. 4th place for him as Billy McConnell gives a thumbs up to Lee Jackson. That'll be a popular victory round here because Jackson, a Lincoln lad, has always enjoyed success here. So Lee Jackson takes victory, congratulated by Billy McConnell. At 3rd place finisher Josh Elliott. Alex Olsen, an excellent 4th place on the number 75 Astro JJR Racing BMW. 5th place for Joe Collier. 6th, a good ride for Matt Trulove, another of the local boys, of course, Matt Trulove from Lincoln on the McCants Yamaha. And you can see that Lee Jackson there encouraging the applause as he rides round his cool-down lap.
We're back to work tomorrow. We'll leave off with his feet sticking out from under somebody's sink.
So the Stout Connect Academy Kawasaki of guest rider Claudio Corti then takes a very fine 8th place at the end of that. A good scrap with Tom Ward, who equals his best ride in 7th for the Buvuno.com Halsall Racing Suzuki team. George Stanley in 9th place, Leon Geacock in 10th. Lee Jackson wins an invigorating Super Stock 1000 race then here at Cadwell Park ahead of Billy McConnell and Josh Elliott. Alex Olsen 4th for BMW ahead of Joe Collier's Aprilia. Matt Trulove, an excellent ride on his Yamaha ahead of Tom Ward, Claudio Corti, George Stanley and Leon Geacock. 11th place for Ben Godfrey ahead of Superstock 1000 stalwart Dean Himwell. Sam Coventry in 13th, Paul McClung 14th, and Jordan Rushby takes the last point in 15th place ahead of former Supermoto star Rob McNeely. Barry Teasdale in 17th place. And the championship standings have certainly switched around after that moment for Keith Farmer. He drops to 2nd place, 5 points behind Billy McConnell, but still 3 points ahead of Joe Collier. Lee Jackson leaps up in 4th place, overtakes Josh Elliott in 5th. Alex Olsen looking strong in 6th ahead of the absentees Reed, Seeley, Rouse and Rutter.
Yeah, just 3 rounds to go in that championship, and it's all very much to play for, isn't it? It's going to be a brilliant finish to the Superstock 1000s. In the Superbike class, though, 31 points now in terms of podium points that Leon Haslam leads this championship by. That's all that matters really now, Leon, isn't it? Because we're locked in the showdown. You and Jake have both secured your places.
Yeah, it's been an awesome weekend to get a double win here. It has been one of my favourite circuits, and getting through some of my tougher circuits and still challenging for wins has been really exciting. But to actually have the pressure of winning here every year and coming back having to win, I'm glad it's over. But no, it's been an awesome weekend, and yeah, so far so good. I'm really looking forward to Silverstone. The last 2 years I've not finished a race there, so it'd be nice to get some points on the board at Silverstone, and we can move into the showdown.
Yeah, another bit of unfinished business there to take care of them. But for here at Cadwell, you got your 2 race wins, you got the King of the Mountain trophy, and also as voted for by the official BSB fans on the Twitter account there, with 51% of the vote. There you are the Dickies Rider of the Day, so you get the old Woody Stetson as well, just to add to the collection, Leon. So the fans obviously appreciated what you did, and I think they really enjoyed the last lap battle between you and Jake Dixon. Just tell us about it from your point of view.
Yeah, obviously I got a really bad run onto the start, and I knew he was going to have a go. And yeah, he just come up the inside. I was actually really glad he come up the inside so fast, because it's one of those things, if he'd have left it late, it could have run us both wide. But he come through that faster. I managed to easily switch him on the inside. But it's one of those moves that, you know, it's really hard to anticipate, and you know it's going to come. So
it looked a little bit to me like Master and the Apprentice, to be honest. It looked like you led him up the garden path and opened the gate and said, "Through you go, sunshine."
Yeah, it is like that, but it never goes to plan when you're thinking it. You just think, if I go a little bit deep, make I'm staying right, then switch over to the left. But, you know, it worked out that time. But, yeah, Jake had a real good pace. We had a really good battle with Brad as well in both races. So, yeah, really enjoyable too.
Good.
Is Cadwell a place where, even though you've always had the pace here, you've always loved the place, it's definitely a place where you can come and things can go wrong really easily?
Yeah, as you know, when you ride here and everything's going smoothly, it's one of the best tracks there is.
Yeah.
But if you're struggling with something or you get caught up in someone else's battle, it's just absolutely horrible. You know, it's really hard to pass. It's, you know, you can get caught up and be fifth for doing nothing wrong. So to actually plan a race out and sit behind someone, make a move and make it stick, it's a big relief.
Nicely
Yeah,
worked
it's a
out
big
to
relief.
plan.
Yeah.
Well, this will be a relief for you as well, Leon. Just have a look at our monitor here, because this is going to make pleasant reading for you, I'm sure. In terms of the championship, 100 points is the gap over Jake Dixon. But as I said, it's 31 points, crucially, in terms of podium points. They're going to come into play for the final 3 rounds of the season, when we'll have our top 6 title fighters decided. Who's going to make that top 6? Well, there's only Leon and Jake who are currently locked in. We've got Glenn Irwin, Josh Brooks, Bradley Ray, and now Peter Hickman up to 6th, ahead of Danny Buchan, who drops down to 7th. So it's all very much to play for at Silverstone. But 75 points up for grabs at Silverstone. So you've got Buchan, you've got Iden, you've got Jason O'Halloran and Michael Laverty as well.
Hey, I'm still there in 9th.
I know, yeah, okay, all right.
Don't write
What
me
are the
off
chances
yet.
of you coming out and getting 3 race wins at Silverstone in 3 weeks'
Well, you
time?
never know. You never know.
Same as me.
There's stranger things about happened.
But, you know, there's guys there with race-winning potential all the way down the order. You know, it could all chop and change there at Silverstone.
Yeah, and it will chop and change at Silverstone, and we're probably going to get a little bit of inclement weather like we did last time. So, yeah, it's still all to play for, and anything can happen. But it's good for you to be locked in, and good for Jake, because it's been a good meeting for him. You know, it's good to see people already locked in and let the rest sort it out. It's a sort of a breath of kind of sigh of relief, eh?
Yeah, but that 6th place, I was just looking, you know, like people like Christian go really well at Silverstone.
Yeah.
People like Hickman go really
yeah.
well at that track. Even Jason O'Halloran, you know, the Honda's really fast, and, you know, they're just on that brink, so there's going to be a lot of guys that are going to want to stay on 2 wheels,
You
basically.
can just sit up and put your feet up, Leon, and just enjoy the action with us. Why don't you watch it from trackside? Well done once again, mate, on a brilliant performance today. We'll see you at Silverstone in 3 weeks' time, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed yourselves as much as Leon Haslam has here at Cadwell Park today. If you missed anything or you just want to watch it again, we'll have highlights for you later on, 8 p.m. on Eurosport 2. And a reminder that round 9, the decisive round in terms of the showdown, takes place at Silverstone. If you can't make it to the track, join us live on Eurosport 2 on the 8th and 9th of September. So 2 showdown spots decided, 4 more to be wrapped up at Silverstone, and 3 races to do it in 3 weeks' time. We'll see you there. Bye for now.